Fans, welcome to another edition of PWP Fallout, and what an event tonight. Year of the Phoenix 11, a historical event in the history of PWP, going down tonight. Hardcore Holly was in the house. First, let's talk about our main event. It was Mark Sterling versus Tony Cortez for the PWP Championship.
What an emotional match. Mark Sterling retained the PWP Championship, getting a win over Tony Cortez. Afterwards, we heard Tony had a few words for the fans, said he's going to take some time off, heal some injuries he's been having over especially the last few months, so we'll see what happens with Tony Cortez in the future. But Mark Sterling's still champion. He now goes on to WrestleRama 5 to defend that title against the anarchist Eric Cannon.
And how about Hardcore Holly in action tonight versus El Rey? The Grease Pit was at ringside, but Paul and Joey were ejected. And Axel Grease was allowed to stay out because he is a licensed manager in the state of Nebraska. Iowa.
Let's talk about the big news, though, Cody. El Rey got the win over Hardcore Holly. El Rey got the win over Hardcore Holly. But afterwards, his manager Supreme kind of paid the price for it.
Yes, well, afterwards, after some nefarious tactics, Axel Grease, I love the word nefarious, Axel Grease was chopped repeatedly, and El Rey, of course, at the hands of Hardcore Holly with an Alabama slam. Now, unfortunately, we're still going to have to hear Axel Grease and El Rey go on and on about how El Rey did technically beat Hardcore Holly, but in the end, the fans got to see them get their ass kicked, and that's what matters.
You know, I'd love to see Hardcore Holly back here in PWP. Tag team titles were on the line tonight. Paul and Joey Daniels successfully retained their tag team titles against the American Bulldogs. But what about the Rising Phoenix Championship situation?
Some wild stuff happened tonight between Pat Powers and Zach James, trading the belt back and forth. The night started with a championship match, and it seemed that Zach would get his title back, and then Pat ran off with the title once again, and throughout the night you saw back and forth them fighting, coming out in between matches, fighting, going back and forth. I think, if I'm correct, Pat now has possession of the title, but he is not the champion. Zach still is the champion.
Zach James, the Rising Phoenix champion. Let's get that straight. But now we got to get ready for WrestleRama 5, Wednesday night, January 27th at the Waiting Room Lounge.
That's right, and it's already been signed. The anarchist Eric Cannon returns to PWP to face Mark Sterling for the PWP Championship. Cannon has not had a lot of chances at the championship, but he has been on a roll recently, winning quite a few matches. So it's going to be a very interesting match, and I think it's going to be full of action and excitement. I can't wait for that night. Tickets are only $10, as always. It's going to be a great night at the Waiting Room in Omaha.
Nothing's like PWP at the Waiting Room. You got to be there to see it for yourself. Wednesday night, January 27th, WrestleRama 5.